from you then. We broke that 2-day winning streak. Maybe the banks didn't contribute, but RIL, HDFC Bank were up on the radar.
Yeah, so I think for the first time after 6 days of incessant selling, you saw the signs where there's been a change of open interest stance from traders. Now that's a very good sign, specifically for the Bank Nifty, because that's been one of the more underperforming index. Even if you look at the net performance, for example, for this month so far, Bank Nifty is down some 6.5% and the Nifty was down till yesterday, I think, to 1.5 to 2% approximately. So that itself tells you the entire last 3 weeks of price action, that it's majorly banking stocks which have added to the weakness and the sudden bout of volatility coming back into the benchmark indices. But yesterday was the first sign, because you saw Bank Nifty rollovers starting to be a lot more positive on the buy side, and I think that's probably an indication that maybe we would probably have found a temporary bottom for many of the private sector banking names as well as for the Bank Nifty. Now the positive part is that since it's an expiry week and the major part of the selling over the last 5 days is behind, this could also have positive ramifications or positive effect going into the February series. So we would now be looking at a point where maybe the banking stocks could become a good buy on dips candidate from here on.
Sticking your neck out that HDFC Bank has bottomed out, because ICICI and Axis both were still down yesterday. So what gives you the confidence?
So yes, the data still indicates that HDFC Bank could probably, at least the selling for HDFC Bank seems to have stopped. So the intensity of sell-off may not repeat for the stock, and that is a first good sign. So we are not looking out for a V-shaped recovery, but at least a further selling is something which has to stop. Then a gradual build-up of positions, maybe consolidation for next couple of weeks, where the stock establishes a trading range, and that's where comfort gets back into the markets.
So 1430 or thereabout is the area to start.
Yeah.
If it comes around that, because that's exactly the zone where it rebound from.
So 1380 was the low the stock made on
1380.
spot levels yesterday. 1400 broadly is where we'll keep our supports.
Okay.
Okay, point taken. I also wanted your word quickly, Kunal, about the metals as a pack as well. Yesterday they showed quite a sharp rebound. Do you expect that momentum to continue?
I strongly believe so, Anisha, because what's happened is metals are high beta sectors, and in a market which is corrected by 500, 700 points from the last 1 week price action, we've not seen a major cutoff or a sharp reaction on metal stocks in the last 2 weeks of price action. That's generally a comfort sign, and when these stocks get into a bounce back from their 50 DMAs, Tata Steel, SAIL, etc., that's generally considered to be a very positive sign for these stocks, which means that the trend is intact. The beta is not too high for these stocks as compared to what a normal trend or a downtrend suggests. And I think that could probably indicate that whenever there is any kind of a recovery or news flow or positive data points, these sectors would manage to pick up pace once again. So would be very bullish on many of these metal names, the likes of Hindalco, Tata Steel, SAIL, etc.
Okay, let's find out then, Kunal, what exactly you're looking at in terms of individual recommendations. There's some IT on your radar?
Well, yes. In fact, one of the sectors which have been very resilient over the last 1-2 weeks of price action is IT, large cap IT names. Infosys is what I would pick up in terms of the price action. Yesterday, the stock gave a fresh breakout about 1675.80 plus mark. So would suggest a buy with a target of 1750, stop loss to be kept at 1645. And Goodrich Consumers, in fact, many of the FMCG names also start to show signs of pickup in terms of pace. Goodrich Consumers is a classical chart, inverted head and shoulder pattern on the charts, MACD breakout on the intraday time frame. A lot of positives from a short-term play, which suggests a buy with a target of closer to 1200, stop loss at 1150.
Okay, thanks very much for running us through all of your top recommendations. Time to move on then and discuss